It's 11:47 p.m. You're in bed, phone in hand, and you just opened your banking app. The number's lower than you thought. Again. And here's the thing, you make decent money. You don't have a gambling problem. You're not out here blowing paychecks on designer bags or sports cars. But somehow, at the end of every month, there's just nothing left. And in that moment, staring at the screen, what's the first thought that hits? I need to be more disciplined. I need better willpower. What is wrong with me? Here's what nobody told you. The problem was never your discipline. The problem was never your willpower. The problem was never you. The problem is that you're walking around with a brain that was built 200,000 years ago, and that brain is running a financial operating system that was designed for a world that no longer exists. Kill the myth. Let me kill the biggest myth right now. When you spend money on something you don't need, you're not being impulsive, you're not being irresponsible, you're not even really making a decision. Your brain is running an ancient survival protocol, and it's treating your bank account the same way it treated food on the savannah. Think about it this way. 200,000 years ago, if you found a fruit tree, what was the smartest thing your brain could do? Eat as much as possible, right now, because there might not be food tomorrow. That impulse, consume now, scarcity is coming. That's not a bug. That's the software that kept your ancestors alive long enough to become your ancestors. It's one of the oldest, deepest circuits in your brain. Now, fast forward to 2026. You're not standing in front of a fruit tree. You're standing in front of a targeted ad, a one-click checkout, a flash sale that ends in 3 hours, a subscription you forgot you had, a dinner out when you could have cooked, a treat yourself moment after a hard day. Your ancient brain sees all of those things the exact same way it saw the fruit tree. Consume now. Scarcity is coming. That little hit of dopamine you feel when you click buy, that's not materialism. That's not weakness. That's your brain rewarding you for what it believes is a survival behavior. And here's where it gets interesting. Your brain is expensive to run, and it knows it. The human brain consumes about 20% of your body's energy, despite being only 2% of your body weight. It's the most metabolically expensive organ you have, and because of that, it's constantly looking for shortcuts, ways to save energy. Decision-making, that's one of the most energy-intensive things your brain does. So here's what happens. Every time you have to make a financial choice, save this or spend it, cook or order in, invest or enjoy now, your prefrontal cortex, the rational part of your brain, has to fire up. It has to calculate. It has to override impulses. That burns energy. That hurts, metabolically speaking. Meanwhile, your limbic system, the ancient, emotional, automatic part of your brain, is screaming, spend, reward, now. We might die tomorrow. And the limbic system is faster, it's louder, it's been running for 200,000 years. Your rational prefrontal cortex, that's the new guy. It's only been fully developed for about 100,000 years, and it gets exhausted quickly. Here's something wild about your brain. There's a concept in neuroscience called ego depletion. Every decision you make throughout the day drains the same limited tank of self-control. By 9 p.m., after a full day of deciding, resisting, calculating, managing, your prefrontal cortex is running on fumes. And that's exactly when the spending happens, isn't it? Late at night, phone in hand, tired, scrolling. You didn't fail a discipline. You ran out of brain fuel. Now here's the part that's going to sting a little. If you're someone who overthinks everything, if you analyze, if you plan, if you're the kind of person who lies awake at 2 a.m. replaying conversations from 3 years ago, you're actually more vulnerable to this, not less. Here's why. Your analytical brain is incredible at one thing: rationalizing. When the limbic system says, buy it, your prefrontal cortex doesn't always push back. Sometimes it helps. It constructs a whole logical argument for why this purchase makes sense. Well, I did work hard this week. This will actually save me money in the long run. I'll start budgeting next month. This is just a one-time thing. I deserve this. Sound familiar? The smarter you are, the better you are at building these justifications. The rationalizations get more sophisticated, more airtight. Your own intelligence works against you. This isn't a theory. Researchers have found that people with higher cognitive ability are often better at self-deception, not worse. They can construct complex narratives that make impulsive decisions feel like strategic ones. So if you've ever thought, "I'm too smart to be making these mistakes," that's exactly why you're making them. Okay, real talk. The cost here isn't just money. The money is almost the least interesting part. The real cost is what financial stress does to your brain. When you're carrying that low-level financial anxiety, that constant background hum of, "I should be saving more, I don't know where it all goes, what if something happens?" Your brain is operating in a state of chronic low-grade stress. Cortisol levels stay elevated, your sleep gets worse, your ability to make good decisions, including financial ones, gets even more impaired. It's a loop. Financial stress makes you worse at managing money, which creates more financial stress. It's like overthinking. Remember when we talked about how overthinking is a tax? Financial impulsivity is the same kind of tax. You're paying it every single month, not just in the money that disappears, but in the mental bandwidth it consumes, the shame it generates, the future it steals from you. And most people never stop to ask why they keep doing it. They just keep trying harder. More willpower, more budgets, more apps. The answer was never more effort. The answer is understanding what you're actually fighting. Beat 6. Practical framework. All right, so what do you actually do about this? If the problem is that your ancient brain treats spending like survival and your rational brain gets tired and starts rationalizing, the solution isn't trying to overpower a 200,000-year-old circuit with sheer willpower. You will lose that fight every single time. The solution is to stop fighting the circuit and start working around it. Step 1. Pre-decide. The best financial decision is the one you make before you're tired, before the limbic system is screaming, before your prefrontal cortex is depleted. Pick one spending category, eating out, online shopping, whatever your fruit tree is, and make the decision on Sunday morning when your brain is fresh. This week, I will cook 5 nights. I will order in on Friday. That's it. The decision is made. When Wednesday night hits and you're exhausted and your brain is screaming for takeout, you don't have to decide. You already decided. Think of your brain like a forest and your spending habit like a trail through that forest. Every time you walk the same path, tired Wednesday, order food, feel guilty, you're deepening that trail. Pre-deciding is picking a different path before you even enter the woods. Step 2. Externalize. Your brain can't hold financial reality and rationalize at the same time, so get the numbers out of your head. Not a budget app with 47 categories, not a spreadsheet you'll look twice and abandon, just one number, what you actually have to spend this week after bills and savings. Write it down. Put it somewhere you can see it. The second you externalize it, write it down, say it out loud, it loses power over you. That's something we've talked about with overthinking, and it applies here too. Step 3. The 24-hour rule. When you want to buy something that isn't essential, wait 24 hours. Not because you're being disciplined, because you're giving your prefrontal cortex time to come back online. The dopamine hit from wanting to buy something peaks in about 20 minutes and crashes within a few hours. If you still want it tomorrow morning with a fresh brain, maybe it's actually worth it, but most things won't survive the night. Let's bring it all together. You are not bad with money. You are not irresponsible. You are not undisciplined. You are a human being walking around with a brain that was designed for a world of immediate scarcity, and you're trying to operate that brain in a world of infinite, algorithmically targeted abundance. That is not a fair fight. Every notification on your phone, every ad in your feed, every one-click purchase button, all of it was engineered by people who understand your brain circuits better than you do. They know about the dopamine.
They know about decision fatigue. They know about the 11:47 p.m. weak spot, and they built an entire economy around exploiting it. So if you've been beating yourself up, if you've been telling yourself you just need more discipline, if you've been wondering what's wrong with you, stop. Nothing is wrong with you. You just never learned how your brain actually works when it comes to money. And now you know. So here's the short version. Your brain treats spending like survival because it's running software from 200,000 years ago. Your rational brain gets tired and starts rationalizing, especially if you're smart. The cost isn't just money, it's mental bandwidth, stress, and shame. And the fix isn't more willpower, it's pre-deciding when your brain is fresh, externalizing the numbers, and giving your prefrontal cortex 24 hours to catch up before you click buy. So here's what I want you to do tonight. Not tomorrow, not next week, tonight. Open your banking app. Look at the last 30 days. Find the one category where you're spending without thinking. Your fruit tree, the takeout, the Amazon purchases, the subscriptions. Don't judge it, don't shame yourself. Just name it. Because the first step to outsmarting an ancient brain circuit is realizing it's there. And if this hit, subscribe. There's a whole lot more where this came from.